looks like I'm on. There's just the one. Okay, so I'm gonna chat. I'm gonna post a live streaming uh a jam. Here goes my jam. Just posting a quick Spotify link. You click the link, you'll be able to join the jam and hear the music I'm hearing. It's a whole lot better than the sim music. Trust me. All right, so today we are back from vacation. We've been gone for about a week almost. I think our last stream was on Sunday evening last week, so we've been gone for about 5 days. Like, look, I'm not great with math. Okay, Saturday last week, so 6 days. So it has been 6 days. So we're back, and we are in the in the game. So what I'm gonna try to do now is maybe show this uh, update, the latest. Again, there's Sim Beta 1, Sim Update Beta 1, so it'd be great to join it if you can. And it's essentially just a beta for these changes that are going in these release notes. Sim Update 1 is going to include a bunch of different stability and performance, some general bug fixes, some backwards compatibility, including fonts, SimVar, and FX files and that kind of thing. Glass cockpits, physics, EFB. It looks like I'm a little disappointed in the amount of bug fixes revolving around specific aircraft. I know there's some pretty large bugs related to my chosen aircraft, the Cirrus, right now, and it's a little bit um, concerning because those are just so obvious that they should be fixed, right? So today, or I should say, it was posted today, but yesterday, there's a new development update. Beautiful screenshot, by the way. Whoever did this is amazing. And they have a really good video card because the Aurora looks really good. There will be a developer stream on Wednesday, February 5th. That's next week. Let's see, the first, second, yeah, next week. Uh, Here's the feedback snapshot. There's an error message about live traffic. I'm not sure that's actually fixed on server side. I've seen some problems with live traffic. I've also seen problems with ATC uh, not kicking in when it should. It's just really weird. Some of the things that are kicking in or not kicking in. Um, let's see if we can find out a little bit more info. Marketplace release. Updated products in the marketplace. This is 2020, I betcha. PC and Xbox. So there's really nothing in the marketplace on the Sim, unless I'm just mistaken and there is. But as far as I can see, the Sim doesn't really have any updates for the marketplace just yet. Let's see. This is regarding the beta test. Here's the updated feedback snapshot. And it doesn't look like there's much as far as the development update goes. So looks like there's going to be a development update on a Twitch channel, a live stream. So hopefully you guys will be able to catch that and get some more details. I won't be airing it. I'm just going to be continuing to air my flight time. So at some point in the near future, I'm going to go ahead and get together a fly across the world thingamabob going. So that should be interesting. Getting right into the details here. Going to get to our headquarters and look at all that money we just made. 119,000 just for doing nothing. That's great. So 2 hours 11 minutes on each of these aircraft. That's awesome. We lost 39,000, which means we made about 60,000, 70,000 probably. So we've got 600K, and I think, oh, this is my career. We don't care about that, do we? Let's get in here and look at our aircraft. See if there's anything that needs maintenance. Okay, so it looks like we're starting to make some money here. So these were the days I was all gone for this. So I left, I guess I flew out, I get it, flew out on the 26th. So this was Friday, Thursday. So I flew back on Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So I flew out on Monday, the 27th, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah. So I didn't fly on Sunday. I was just too darn busy. We lost some money here, but I mean, this is going to be really good. I'm going to look at the this particular aircraft. Looks like everything looks good. I'm not going to sell it though. See, we can do 1 million if we sell it. We're going to need another million and a half probably before we get to that uh, to that um, Cessna medium cargo plane, but we'll get to it. We're going to get into Stork and see what these aircraft look like. Crew on all of these. We're going to manage this. Let's look at it. Good checkup. Let's do a manage on this one. Good checkup. Okay. Do a manage on this one. Good checkup. Okay, everything looks good. So we'll just let it ride. I'm not going to bother washing or repainting yet. Make sure the insurance is the lowest. Can I just uncheck it? No, I don't. Okay. I probably could buy another aircraft here. I don't think I can buy a used one though. No, that's all the aircraft there are here. Maybe I could buy one of these and put AI in it. That's a 1.9 and 1.1 million, 1.5 million. Frankly, I'd rather buy a 208, save up for a 208 at this level, get probably 2.5 mil and get going with it. So I've got another 2 mil to save for. Well, 1.5 mil to save for because I'm actually not going to purchase the, or I'm not going to let the Cirrus ride. I'm going to sell it. And then I'll buy the 208B. Then I'll make 1 million per flight. Then I'll go ahead and purchase my PC-12, sexy, and see what I can do about getting a bunch of different. I guess well, it's not a dream, but my what I think could happen, what I'd like to happen is to just have so much money that I don't know what to do with it all and just start purchasing a bunch of aircraft and let them make money for me, which would be really cool. And then I could just come back here and see millions of dollars dropping into my inbox, as it were, and I think that'd be a lot of fun. Just watching my random aircraft, AI aircraft make money based on my flight time. So speaking of flight time, let's just get out there Let's take a look at the missions we got. My reputation's a sorry B level now. Ugh. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, so nothing here worth talking about. There's one that's 75. 110,000. Shut up. Let me remind you, if you're just joining us, to click on the link at the top. You will hear the jam, which is actually playing some really good music right now. Okay, it looks like it's all going to be straight and level flight. I'm going to do a bunch of skipping on this one. Oh, I like this airport. Looks like it's going to be a good airport. We're going to manage the fuel and payload. Looks like we got enough, but I'm going to bring it up to the customary 120 that I like to use. Pay that. We'll do wash it. We're going to wash it before we use it. Let's see what the flight's going to look like. So we're going to leave from here, fly east, then turn west. And then turn north. And it looks like we got an IFR landing. Or at least a RNAV landing. So if we're holding, we'll go back out this way. Come back. Looks like maybe we'll fly out there. Turn and what? What is this? I do not understand this. I'm just going to land it. Let me see what the plan is. RNAV, yeah. There's only 2 waypoints in the middle too, so seems like a pretty straightforward. So we'll fly out VFR, via left pattern downwind and fly out, and then we'll do RNAV 23 via direct. So 23 is where we're actually landing. Yeah, so 23 here. Yeah, this is runway 23 from this side. It looks like it's concrete too. Yeah. Well, it looks like we're good. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do it. Take off. Alright, so we're gonna skip this nonsense. Thank goodness. Let's see, I've got all my excuse me. Whoa, whoa. Oh, I remember, yeah. My last flight was a bummer. I've got more than just a guy here. So I got 1, 2, 3 people. Let's do her as a trim 115. Let's do him as a 165 and him back there as a 175. Okay. So what are we doing? We are looking down here. We're going to set our stuff up. First speed bugs. This will give us our climb rate and our rotate speed. Looks like we're powered up on our PFD and our MFD. And now we'll do weights. Let's go home here first. So we'll just sink our fuel, that's good. We'll do loading. Pilot is a trim 208. I am sexy like that. Co-pilot is 115. You know why she rode up front. Our middle passenger is, what did I say, 165? And our rear passenger is a 175. And then we'll do baggage for them, 75 pounds. Looks like our weight distribution is right in the middle, and we're going to be doing pretty good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put on nav and FLC. Actually, we don't have altitude yet. What is my flight plan altitude? Well, let's find out. Next, this is our flight plan. Our altitude is 2,500 feet, which means we'll probably be at about, I hope it's not 2,500 feet. If not, if it is, then I'm going to go to 5,000 probably. Let's go ahead and set up our altitude bug to 5,000 just in case. If we're wrong, we can always change it mid-flight. Okay, and now we can do our IAS, or FLC in this case. We'll do, can we do VNAV? I think there's VNAV on this flight. And then, yeah, I think we'll be good to go there. Center, I'm going to announce taxi.
Kilo Foxtrot Zulu India, traffic November 73220 is taxiing to runway 9er.
Okay, good deal. Now while I roll, this is going to allow me to talk to the passengers. Once I do that, I'll skip to takeoff because I really don't feel like taxiing all that way.
Ladies and gents, I'm pleased to be your pilot today and to welcome you aboard this first-class wings flight to Lions. Estimated flight time is 46 minutes. We're on time for departure and we're about to receive clearance for takeoff. I'll keep you updated with any important information throughout the flight. Thank you.
And once I get on this straightaway, I'm just going to skip to takeoff. Went in and turned down my throttle because once I hit the end of it, there we go. I'm going to announce takeoff.
Kilo Foxtrot Zulu India, traffic November 73220, taking off
This
runway
looks
9er
lovely
on
around here.
departure.
Look at all this snow.
To all passengers, on behalf of my company, I would like to thank you for flying with us today on this flight to Lions. We are prepared for takeoff, so please ensure your seatbelts are correctly fastened and your electronic devices are turned off or in airplane mode. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you.
You know that airplane mode makes no difference. I'm sure of it. I have my suspicions, but I'm not going to crash the plane to find out. Alright, here we go. See if this starts to drift our airplane at all. Ooh, looks like it is to the left or to the right a little bit. And we're off. 24,000 feet. Oh my god. I was way off.
Approach November 73220 is type 1 miles east of Kilo Foxtrot Zulu India 1,000 feet. Request flight following. November 73220 approach. Squawk 0451.
I'm going to change my altitude.
Squawk 045120.
Altitude should be at 24,000, so I'm going to make sure it gets there.
Contact 2 miles east of Kilo Foxtrot Zulu India 2,000 feet. Altimeter 29er. 69er.
24. I'm going to go ahead and turn on nav again. Nav, IAS, An autopilot.
Roger 220.
I think we are underway.
Approach November 7 tree 220, tree miles east of Kilo Foxtrot Zulu India, 3,100 foot. Request IFR to Charlie 0, 2 ready to copy. November 7 tree 220 is cleared to Charlie 0, 2 airport as filed. Squawk 0451. November 7 tree 220 cleared to Charlie 0, 2 airport as filed. Squawk 0451.
Okay, now do you see this line right here? This is what my airplane's going to follow, my autopilot.
Turn left heading
It's not
2
going to
vector 0,
follow
resume all navigation climb.
these
Maintain
brackets that are
FL
here.
240
It's going to follow this flight plan right here.
220 contact Cleveland Center on 1 tree 5.
So I'll go ahead and turn on autopilot and see what it does here. Yeah, it looks like it's flying straight to the plan, so yeah, it looks like it is. It's just turning a little bit, I think.
1 tree 5. 1 for
So what it's going to end up doing here, hopefully, I need to correct it a little bit.
November 7 tree 220 is passing 5,400 feet climbing FL 240.
I'm just going to get right on this plan right here. Probably zoom in a little bit. There we go. Now I'm basically right on it. I'm going a little bit to the left. You can see that because of the separation here. But once I hit this autopilot, it's going to correct that. Yeah, there it goes. All this radio chatter, my goodness. Excuse me. So what I've done, by turning on FLC here and VNAV, this is my speed bug. Remember I set that over here earlier? This is my ideal speed for climb. Excuse me. And notice it's at airspeed 165 right now. That's because I've set FLC. FLC will climb to this altitude, but it will do it at this speed, and so it will adjust flaps. See, the trim is already adjusted. It'll adjust thrust, which is at 73% right now. Lord knows why, because it should be higher, I guess, for this airspeed. So it's going to be doing the right thrust. It's going to be doing the right pitch, the right attitude, so that this altitude reaches 24,000 feet. And that's going to happen at the quickest possible speed because this is my best climb speed. Let me tune to, I'm going to turn on icing. So if you watch these switches up here, icing is going to turn on. Heato heat there. I'll turn on my yaw damper as well. I'm going to do auto throttle now. And we're just going to climb. We're already at 10,000, so we're doing pretty good. This might take a minute. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the sim twice so it can gain altitude a little quicker. Not really, but by sim standards. In real lifetime. That's triple speed. Now, I've gotten myself in trouble by doing triple and double compression. I've crashed that way when, oops, hello, excuse me, sorry, when the flight sim has decided to turn the airplane for some reason, it wrecks. I'm not sure why. Checking my time compression now, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, that seems about right. And it looks like, is that water out there? Uh, it's hard to tell. That's still farmland right there. I think that's still farmland out there. We will be flying over the Great Lakes here in a minute. I'm at 19,000. I'm just going to let it ride at this speed until 24,000. And then what I'll do is I'll pause this simulation before I skip. It's always been beneficial for me, so I'm going to pause it, let it skip, and then unpause it and recover. Sometimes my airspeed is 0 when I'm paused. Sometimes it's down to what, 64 or 85, something ridiculous. But once it skips the descent, and I'm still in the air, and hopefully not in a tree or embedded into a mountain, I'll be okay. I used to actually quite often, because of this buggy program, I used to quite often wreck, and I never understood why after I skipped to descent, and that was actually why. Because the simulator, for whatever reason, had a memory leak, or it couldn't catch up, or it calculated the wrong, uh, I guess, vector or wherever. I don't know. I'm trying to say important words so I sound important, but essentially it just calculated wrong and put me into a hill. I'm guessing because I never saw anything but the gray. Hey, you crashed. It was very expensive and very difficult on my reputation. I'm still suffering from that because of this goofy application. But I'll just write it out, keep playing, and see what I can do about not getting too frustrated. Last flight, I really did get frustrated with the sim, and I just said, look, I better not. It's not a game anymore when you get mad, so you might as well just stop. Whatever you're doing, if you're mad, just quit. Well, almost there. Another 2,600 feet, thereabouts. Oh, I'm so tempted to speed it up. That is a loud jet engine. There we go. Turn it down a little bit. Ah, goodness. Well, I hope you're listening in on the jam. That's going to be probably your best entertainment during these slow times right now, like this. Uh, I really like Philip Phillips. He's a good guy and a good artist. All right, so we're just about there. Another 1,500 feet, and about mm, 1,000, or about what is it, 500 feet. You're gonna hear the gong telling us we're within 1,000 feet of our goal. Notice our airspeeds come down to 157. That is just because, yeah, the sim can't keep up with the demands. There it goes. There's that gong. And we're just waiting for that to get up to 23,000, 24,000. Once we get up there, I'll check everything. We'll make an announcement to the passengers that we're on cruise. And then once the passengers are notified, then it'll let us It'll let us skip before, but I want to notify the passengers first. The reason why is because the game will ding you for not making those announcements. Almost there. Another 200 feet. That's probably going to click in. I'm going to be able to make the announcement. There we go.
To all passengers glad to be your captain today.
Once this gets
First, I'd
done,
like to welcome everyone
I'll
aboard
pause the
Booking's
game and then
crossways
we'll
on flight
skip to descent.
30-1211. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 23,000
This
feet
flight
with
is
a speed of
100,000
150
credits.
knots. It's
I
11:14
don't know what
a.m.
I'm going to
and we're
get.
expecting to land in Lyons approximately
I
at
don't know if
11:10
it's going to
a.m.
be.
local time. Current temperature of 38 degrees Fahrenheit. If the weather cooperates, we should get a great view of the area
I don't know if
as
it's
we
going to
descend.
be
I'll update you before we reach our destination.
fair weather
Please sit
flight,
back,
no
relax,
bonuses,
and
or if
enjoy
it's
the
going to
rest
be
of
a
the flight.
difficult flight, quote unquote difficult. Look, I flew the mother of all difficult flights one day. I'm going to put a short out that shows it. You'll agree. I will. I landed that plane, and what's funny is uh, my plane shut off in the middle of it, and then I didn't get credit for the flight because I had to restart it. But man, I am so proud of that landing. All right, here we go. Skipping descent. Everybody cross your fingers. There we go. We are back here. Hey, look, we somehow are at 74 airspeed at 24,000 feet. Our trim is at 36%. See how uh, the the simulator hates me. This is not descent. This is pivot. So this is not descent, but it's close enough. And my nav is turned off. Altitude hold is on. I'm at 80% throttle on my side physically on my Bravo, and so here we go. Maintain 3,000 feet. So I'm gonna set my bugs right now. So here we go. 3,000 feet. Good gracious. Set myself to IAS, and wow, that's quite the drop. Now watch this. This simulator is gonna drop us at a really ridiculous rate. So watch.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet 220. 220 contact Chicago Center on 127.55. Good day.
Oh, I might.
To 127.
I mean, if we're
Runway
gonna
clear
talk about
220.
stalling, my goodness.
Chicago Center November 73220 is passing FL 240,
There
descending
we go.
3,000 feet.
Our
November
descent is.
73220 Chicago Center radar
I'm on
indicates
IAS right now. It should be
240.
dropping our. It's gonna follow the flight plan. I hope. So let's bring out our flight plan here. It is descending us, so just wait for it to continue. Look, it's still increasing our vertical speed, negative 2,500. It's gonna go up to negative 5,000, maybe higher. Now telling us to go to Owoza. That's not even on our route. Why? What am I missing here? Oh, okay, after pivot, it's Owoza. Okay. Look at this vertical speed. It's just dropping like a rock.
120 contact Chicago Center on 120.35. Good day.
We're we're a meteor. But look, it's maintaining our airspeed. It's not getting us too high, but now
To 120. 35220.
my top speed is set at
Chicago Center November 73220 is passing FL
it doesn't give it to me right away, but I know I set my top speed at 245. So if it tries to eke, oh, there it is right there. See it? That little mark right there? That's telling us what our top speed is. Look at this drop, man.
Maintain present heading
How
and
would you
taxi
feel if you were a
speeds. Approach
passenger?
runway 23 approach
My
via
goodness.
Oscar Bravo Kilo transition. Cleared to Oscar Bravo Kilo 220.
It's telling us to fly to Awoza, but I don't see any flight plan here, and I'm pretty sure this seems like it's not being true to us. Look at our flight plan here. I'm a little bit worried about this. Hey, the good news is we're going to get a good view of the lake. There it is right there. My airspeed's looking okay. I'm not too worried here. I don't know why this thing keeps saying connection broken, restored. We're getting kind of close. Looks like we're getting a little thicker on the airspeed here. Trying to go through some thicker atmosphere, so our airspeed is slowing down.
Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate.
Oh, that's funny.
Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate.
There we go. We're at 3,000 feet. We are way off flight plan, though. I don't know why my... I guess we're going toward it, so it's happy, maybe? I'm not sure. So... what? What is going on? My altitude's looking good. Flying toward nav, which I'm guessing we're closer to than we were before. I don't know why we were so far off nav, but nav's way over here. I think I'm going to turn right, just head straight toward it. I'm going to turn nav off and just turn right. I still have altitude hold mode on, so right here. So I'm just going to start turning right until I'm comfortable with where I'm headed. There's my arc right here. My plane's in the middle of that arc. And notice I'm maintaining my 3,000 feet altitude, but I'm just going to make a cut over to nav right here. Awoza is right there. That's that white label right there. As I get closer, I'll zoom in like that, but I'm still not close enough to call it good. See, here's that line again right there. Yeah, this has happened to me before on another flight where I'm not on plan and it's really messing me up.
1220.
So notice my altitude's still good. My airspeed's good, so I'm going to get there with a quickness. But I'm going to make that go level here. That's almost there. I'm going to make sure I don't hit a WOZA ahead of schedule. I'm just going to go right to it. But I can't zoom in just yet. Wow, this is a serious cloud cover. 3,000 feet though, so I'm still comfortable. I'm still over water. Here's a WOZA right there. I'm good going straight to it. Why are we so foggy? My goodness, at 3,000 feet. I'll probably get an inclement weather bonus then if I'm having to fly through this junk. Just trust my instruments. I'm going straight to my nav. There's my nav right there. I'm still at 3,000 feet. Still at a good airspeed. Airspeed's here as well. So Awoza's probably right over here somewhere. And for whatever reason, it's put me way off course. I'm glad I have a witness. Alright, so once I get inside this arc with this line, I'm going to turn on nav again and see what it does. But I'm still maintaining altitude even though there's a lot of turbulence. And I'm not sure what all this fog is at really low level, but man, I really hope this isn't going to throw me a curveball and make me land in the fog, because I am not a fan of that. Good airspeed. I'm staying below my limits. My fuel's good. My engine's at 86. I mean, maybe I should turn that down a little bit. I don't know. Not really. Alright, it's going to do one more zoom level. There's the... Is that the airport there? Yeah, there's the flight plan right there. Looks like I've already picked up the glide path. Look at that. Look at that. Why have I already picked up the glide path? That's awkward. Huh. Remember, this flight plan goes straight into the runway, so whatever this is over here is we're just going to ignore that. But this right here will tell you that this is a VNAV flight, so this will using RNAV, so this will actually give us the glide path here. There's a Moza or a Woza right there. So we're going to come in right behind this pattern here. Just come right here, and then it'll probably turn us right into final, I'm hoping. And then we'll have just sort of an uneventful landing. I can see through the fog. I'm pretty comfortable with this. So even if we do have to land in some light fog, I can actually see through this, so no big deal. I'm going to inch a little bit to the right though, so we hit that. And I don't know what's going on with all of this turbulence, but my yaw damper's on and it's still shaking the aircraft from side to side. There's my trajectory where it's going to hit, so I'm going to aim that for this spot right here. And once this arc breaches that line, I am going to turn on nav and see what it does for me. And right here inside the arc of this is my aircraft right here. So hopefully that'll just drive me straight here and go straight toward the. I'm just turn a little bit left because the angle is a little bit acute. I'm gonna make this angle less acute. Okay, going ahead, turning on nav. That is not cooperating. All right, looks like it's cooperating now. I can kind of see that it's. Now, see, it's not adjusting for some reason. Maybe it's waiting to get closer. We'll see. You can see the holding pattern up here. Are you going to behave? That's my question. I'm going to slow down since I'm close to the airport. Once it gets below 200, I'm going to drop my landing gear. My trim is still keeping. Oh, there goes nav. There we go. I'm below 200. I'm dropping my landing gear now. There we go.
Traffic November 73220, 16 miles northeast inbound RNAV runway 23 approach.
Yep, still comfortable. Looking good so far. I'm going to drop my first series of flaps. Alright, so this is a problem I've been having. So I'm going to open up.
Traffic November 73220, 15 miles northeast inbound RNAV runway 23 approach.
Yeah, I had this problem last time.
Traffic November 73220, 14 miles northeast inbound RNAV runway 23 approach.
Alright, so here's what we need to do. We need to just fly through the airport at 3000. We'll turn off VNAV. Altitude hold stays on. We'll turn around once we get there. And it's asking us to fly to Terra, so we'll just fly here. It'll probably open up the rest of the flight that we're supposed to be on right now. This is the landing portion right here. So we'll fly through it, turn around, come back, and then fly through it again. That's kind of what this pattern is right here. I've only had this work one time where I arrived at the airport, it let me land, and I'm good.
Traffic November 73220, 12 miles northeast inbound RNAV runway 23 approach.
So yeah, I'm a little bit upset at it. I can't deny it. This is the part where I'm supposed to be landing here.
Traffic November 73220 miles northeast inbound RNAV runway
Yep,
23
I'm on vertical
approach.
track now. I would really love to land. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to let me.
Traffic November 73220 miles northeast inbound RNAV runway 23 approach.
Really nothing.
Traffic November 73220 miles northeast inbound RNAV
It's
runway
making me earn my
23
cash
approach.
though, isn't it? So I'm practically on top of Terra right now.
Traffic November 73220 miles northeast inbound RNAV runway 23
I
approach.
mean, yeah, I guess that's I'm supposed to be doing descent right now. Now it's telling us to fly to C02. So I'm going to fly over the airport and it's going to ask me to turn around again. This is really annoying. Oh boy. And I don't dare to speed up the sim because if I do, it's going to start doing some banking. I've got nav and autopilot turned on, so um, inevitably when I try to do this, it'll
Traffic November
bank or do something odd.
73220 miles northeast inbound RNAV runway 23 approach.
But here we go. I will land in this fog though. I've got no qualms about that. Never flown a plane in my life, but I'm really daring when it comes to crashing for digital airplanes.
Traffic November 73220 3 miles northeast inbound RNAV runway 23 approach.
Yeah, that's not my favorite thing, but it is what it is. We'll do exactly what this pattern does. We'll come around, we'll go back on track, we'll just see what happens. For some reason, this approach is causing us to go through the airport, turn around, and come back. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe I'm just not a good enough digital pilot to understand. But that just seems really awkward to me. Like it doesn't really matter if you fly to C02 or not.
Traffic November 73220 1 miles northeast inbound RNAV runway 23 approach.
Says when ready to land, announce final. Land on runway 23. That's hilarious. Alright, so I'm going to turn around. I'm going to do that again. I am not sure why it does this. And I'm going to turn autopilot off. But I'm going to turn. Now you notice you can't see anything. You have to rely on your instruments to make sure you're not going to run over something. So I'm watching my altitude, I'm watching my vertical speed. Oh great, now I'm looks like now I look like a cheater. Let me turn a little bit closer to track there. I wish I could. I don't know the hotkey to turn that off, but I'm at 3,000. I'm happy. I'm turning altitude hold mode on, but not nav mode. The 3,000 feet is my goal. It's holding me at the altitude. I'm still going the correct speed. Everything looks good on my instruments, so I'm just gonna get back on track, turn around like the blue pattern tells me to, I guess, and we'll come back in for an actual landing. I'm gonna check something real quick. 836 feet. Oh, great! How convenient. There's no weather. All right, let's see if we can get back on track now. So I'm gonna pass TEHRA Terra, which I'm assuming is the beginning-ish of the descent. I'm gonna go out past that to probably over this lake right here and turn right back around. This altitude hold mode is a godsend. Man, I'd be keep trying to keep track of your altitude and your airspeed and your pitch and your everything else at the same time as you're trying to fly through this fog. Well, I tell you what, I don't know if I could do that. Let's see if I could put. I am flying a little bit sideways. I'm going to give it a little right rudder here. See if I can get back on track. Looks like I've got a little bit of a crosswind on that runway. That lake is my goal. Once I pass that, I'll just turn around. Maybe I'll go out here. I know this is not very exciting watching me just fly through the fog, but trust me, I'll put her down. It'll get exciting here in a minute once I turn around and start descending. So if I'm gonna 836 feet is my dead level. Like if I go below 836 feet, I'm dead. So as I'm coming to the runway, that is, there's no weather. I can't. Oops, I am turning the wrong way. Looks like my rudder kicked in a little bit. No, I mean, there's really nothing here, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn around. I'll be respectful, I'll do this. We'll turn this way, since the wind is pushing us this way. 3,000 feet, still at 3,000. Still a good speed. And we will fly out this way a bit. Good, level out. And then I think we'll just turn back around, give it a nice 20-degree bank. Oops. Nice 20-degree bank. Not 30, 20. Maintaining the altitude. Altitude still looks good. Airspeed still looks good. Still relatively level flight. This bird, by the way, does not turn very well. I don't like how this bird turns. It's really slow. So it's going to take us past here to get probably right there to get right on track. I don't want to go over this mark because my passengers will be like, "Whoa, what's going on?" My virtual passengers. But I don't want to lose my cool. So just be patient. I'll get back on track. Uh, Not 10 degrees, 20-degree turn. This is where it's starting to push me a little bit. Alright, so we're at 3,000 feet. Once it passes Terra, then I'm probably going to start descending, or this brackets are going to probably tell me where to descend anyway. So we'll hit a little bit early on Terra. There's my track right there. There's the lake. That was my goal. I wanted to hit that lake. Not this track, this one. Still looking good. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and hit those brackets. I know they're lined up with the runway, so. Can you imagine making this flight without these visual aids? Just trying to hit this line, trying to see if we're on track. That's what this glide slope is for. So this glide slope is going to meet us pretty soon, and I'm going to turn autopilot off, and I'm going to hit a good there we go. Now we're going to do some creative glide slope following here. I'm above the glide slope now. Just going to come right down on it and try to keep the track. Okay, now notice the flight commander tells us that we need to go a little left. I don't know if I believe that or not. We are right on glide slope right now. Now we're a little off. See this purple guy right here? It's telling us we need to be up a little higher, but I'm on glide slope, and it says we need to be a little to the left. And typically, once you get close to the airport, the RNAV beacon is a little bit to one side or the other of the airport. So I can see the airport now. I don't know if you guys can see it through the fog there. But I plan to dip a little bit short of it and then level out. That's a short runway, good lord. And I hope that's the runway on the left.
500.
I'm definitely going to get an inclement weather bonus for this one. On idle now. Differential braking is your friend. Yes. Good job. Ooh. Goodness gracious. That was a nice flight. I really like that landing. Let's see what we scored on it. By the way, this warning is a known bug in the application, so it's nothing we need to worry about. Let's see how that works out. Glad you could join us, Sean. If you haven't seen the top pin comment already, there is a jam going in the background. For those of you, okay, thanks for your comment. This engine shutdown sequence takes a long time, so I'm going to speed up the simulator, and it should stop right about now. Ooh, 200,000. Good gracious. I like that. See how we suffered on our last reputation? Like, this dropped our reputation to nearly nothing after that crash. Uh, that the sim sort of pushed on us. I really didn't like that. All right. Let's go see what other missions are available. Wow, we're looking actually looking pretty good. If I can get more missions like that, okay, so the way I find missions, I can do it this way, but it's kind of unreliable. Try to zoom in as much as I can and then bring up the mission board, but that's problematic because every time I hit one of these, it rearranges itself. So I think the best thing is and once you have your zones memorized here, just zoom into a zone, bring down the chart. It's a little bit more, a little less busy, and you'll be able to scroll down this a little bit quicker rather than going through that whole list. And then I just change zones this way and see what kind of flights we have here. Nothing as high as 100,000 payment, but we have some in the 70s. That's pretty okay. Let's see what's down here. Not a whole lot, but there might be some that are a little higher paying. No, I definitely was wrong there, wasn't I? Nothing there. Nothing in the Bahamas. Bahamias. Nothing there. Okay. So there is a plane here, but that's for cargo. I'm sure of that. But there's a VIP mission here that's pretty high dollar. Problem is, if I try to fly this, it's going to be a transfer fee of like 25,000 credits. So it's not really worth it to fly all that way to do these flights like this. Now, if I had a plane stationed over here, it might be worth it. I would just fly myself over there. See, here's another one. It's actually another good payout. See, I'd probably want to put one close up here in Seattle and put one close like down here in Las Vegas, just just to have that ready. Thinking about opening up Austin and San Antonio. I don't know. I did Mexico City and that didn't produce anything really. But Austin, San Antonio, it seems like it'd be a good one. Maybe Shreveport, Birmingham, and Huntsville. I could probably do one circle and hit both of those. Jacksonville, Florida. Anybody been to Jacksonville, Florida? I thought Miami, sure, and Orlando, but nope, there's nothing down here for VIP flights. All the ones that are pretty high paying are actually up in this area, at least on this East Coast section. 6071 right here is one. 71 2. So there's Tennessee. This is Lynchburg, Tennessee. I don't think we want to do that one. That's in the mountains. Oh, there's another 71 at the top here, so we'll do this one. That's gonna go over Knoxville. Well, I can't win for losing, can I? But this is closer to me. Maybe, oh, hopefully, let's zoom in here and see if there's anything decent that's not really. I mean, that's 60. What is that? 60? See what's closer here. Lansing, 75. That one's not bad at all, actually. I could do this one. Let's do that one. It usually means it's a smaller airport. No procedures. Yeah, that's a dead giveaway. There's no. Oops, there's Lido. No, oops, I need FAA though. Nope, nothing. It's a small airport. Well, let's take a look at it. It looks like it's concrete though. That's not bad. Okay, so the other one is uh, 5 knots from 60 degrees. 5 knots from 60 degrees. Runway does it want us to land on? KMGN. Runway 28. Uh-oh. So that is a crosswind, a bit of a crosswind. Plans in mid, like I'd change the in mid, like I'd change this plan. Cruise altitude's this plan. Cruise altitude's 7,000 for some reason. Last time I looked at the altitude settings though. Let's go ahead and do this mission. I think we'll be alright. Settings though. Let's go ahead and do this mission. I think we'll be alright. Transfer those a bit steep. I don't know why I transfer so high. I'm just flying over a Great Lake. Last time I did it, let's see what the way the management looks like. 13 hours. I'm gonna warship before I use it. Look at my fuel. Oh, I needed my fuel. Look at that. Come up to 120. Yeah, that was a long flight, that last one. Okay. All right, let's see what we can do here. No arrival procedure. RNAV. So there's an RNAV approach here. 28. Can I change my landing? Should I risk it for the biscuit? What do you think? I like RNAV 28, but maybe we should do VFR pattern just to give ourselves a bit of a break. I mean, this is I hate this pattern too. This is, uh, yeah, it's telling us to come in from this angle. Oh, that's so weird. That is so awkward because this is where we're coming in from. Why wouldn't I just land? See, why wouldn't I just land? There's base, there's final. I guess it's expecting me to go to base first. Should I go to base first? If I do RNAV, maybe I just do direct. Wouldn't that be nice? And then I'll come back to the flight plan here and just say RNAV and then runway. What if I do runway 10 as suggested? I mean, the plan is taking me. I could go this side, turn, and then land runway 10. What is this blue crap? Somebody in the chat tell me what this blue crap is. It's suggested on recommended 4 knots from the left, 3 knots from behind. Is that right? 4 knots. Oh, headwind. Okay. But that'd be okay. So it's tailwind, 3 knot crosswind. Okay, so it'll be a headwind, which is good. So let's just say runway 10. We'll do a runway 10. Do we want to do an approach? Do we want to try an approach? Oh, there is no arrival. Just this one. So runway 10, RNAV 10, and it is a over and back, and I don't know what you're trying to do there, but that's not going to work. Okipoo? Okay. We'll do direct, and that'll be that. I am going to file this plan, and then I'm going to be happy with it. The avionics, and let's see if it actually messes us up or not. Last time I did this, it messed us up. I've actually a few times. I just don't learn my lesson. I'm a very stubborn boy. Let's see what happens. Here I am. I am gonna skip this. Oh dear Lord, I'm gonna skip this. Yes. We have a bit of fog coming out. Look at that. It's a little bit of a fog. Okay, I'm gonna set up my speed bugs.
Just wanted to drop by and say hello before you leave for Little Traverse. Madame Moran will join you on board soon. She's close to one of our top clients who booked the flight for her. Well, it's
Phobia,
about time.
confirm.
Provide her with the finest service. I know I can
I'm
count on
at my passengers here. I have 3 passengers, 2 in the middle and 1 on the end. So let's see. Let's guess at his weight about 165. Her weight about 115. So put that together, that's 280. And then hers here, 120. I'm just gonna be kind. And then my baggage 75 because I have 3 passengers times 25 pounds of baggage. That's all you get. I'll go back home. We'll tune map. We'll do full. And there's our flight plan on the bottom and our flight plan on the screen. Let's go back to our front view. So we are going to get an inclement weather bonus. I like those. Means I make money. Lots of money.
Delta 2 traffic
More
November
credits.
73220 is taxiing to runway tree 6.
All right. Looks like I'm going to go ahead and make the announcement and let the computer make the announcement. Then I'm going to skip to takeoff because
Dear passengers
I don't
on
want to
behalf
do
of
this
our
whole
onboard staff,
hold short
we'd
thing
like
because
to
that is
welcome you
a
on board flight
not a
GCO31
terrible
to Little
drive, but
Traverse. Our flight
it's
time will
just
be
quicker if you
38
do it this
minutes.
way.
We expect an on-time departure, and we're currently ready for takeoff. I will keep you informed of any key updates as we go through the flight. Thank you.
Okay, skipping. Going to announce takeoff.
1 Delta 2 traffic November 73220 taking off runway tree 6 departure to the north.
Informing the
Dear
passengers.
passengers, on behalf of my
Looks
company,
like
I
my
would like to
trim's
thank you
good.
for flying with us today on this flight to Little Traverse.
Alright,
We are
so
prepared for takeoff, so please ensure your
I'm
seatbelts
going to
are
set my
correctly fastened
altitude at some
and your electronic
obscure
devices are turned
5,000
off or
number.
in airplane mode. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you.
Hopefully this will be good. No, IIS. Woo! Don't go off the runway. Stay on the runway. Once I get up to 85, I'll just pull back on the stick and we'll be off. Alright. I'm going to climb to 7,000. Alright. We'll just change that to 7,000 then. Bring my landing gear up.
Approach November
Bring my flaps up.
73220 is type 1 miles north of 1 Delta to 1,000 feet. Request flight following. November 73220 approach. Squawk 0225.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and hit in my autopilot and see what it does for my navigation. Just kind of monitoring it, making sure nav is going to properly get my altitude going correctly. While it's doing that, I'm going to hit my auto throttle. There we go. Looks like it's lining up with my flight plan here and here. This is not my flight plan. This is something else.
Roger 220.
So we're climbing pretty quick. I'm doing a pretty good job. My airspeed is 165. That's my. This aircraft has a ideal airspeed for climb. So we're at uh, the flight level control FLC is going to maintain that speed and until we get up to 7,000. Once it gets to 7,000, um, the sim will go ahead and announce the crew are watching once again. Just I don't know why my voice is not coming off, but those of you that are watching, don't forget that there's a top pin comment. You can click on that link. It'll take you to the jam. You can listen to good music, and you won't have to worry about, um, you know,
Turn
having
right
a bunch of
heading
dead
straight
space when
left
I'm
as your
concentrating.
navigation climb and maintain 7,000 feet 220.
And it looks like we're just about ready to hit our top altitude. At 6,000 feet, it's going to give us a gong and it's going to tell us that we're within 1,000 feet of our target altitude.
For 220.
There it goes.
Cleveland Center, November 73220 is at 6,100 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
November 73220, Cleveland Center, altimeter 29er. 7 radar contact continued.
Chat, I hope you guys are enjoying your time. Let me know if you are experiencing anything odd. Yes, my screen is frozen right now, so are experiencing anything odd. Yes, my screen is frozen right now, so not a big deal. Or maybe it is a big deal because my flight sim just crashed. Okay. I guess that means I'm done flying for the night. I thank you for flying the friendly skies, and I'll catch you on the next one, I suppose. Uh, wow, that's awkward. I guess I'll, you know, this game is so buggy, I swear. Thank you for joining us, and I will catch you on the next one. Probably be tomorrow, pretty late, about 9 o'clock, and then I'll see you there. And stay groovy. Bye for now.